This is a 2025 Defender 110 in Sedona Red. It has the V6, so that's 395 horsepower, 406 pound-feet of torque. It also has the 22-inch wheels because we're out where these cars are built for, but the reality is these are going to spend a lot of time in Scottsdale, Palm Beach, Miami, Los Angeles, New York. Those are the hubs for where you're going to see this thing. Because you're a 65-year-old guy and you just bought your 25-year-old girl. Belichick just bought his girlfriend one of these. That's what this situation is. This car is incredible. And it starts at around $65,000 and then builds its way up. This is $83,000 with how it's spec'd, and I'll show you some of those specs here shortly. Sedona Red is an underrated color. I love that. It also has the blackout package up front here, so that changes the color of this front grille. You have the black 22-inch Defender wheels, and it's just overall just such a cool vehicle. This is also equipped with the air suspension. If you're getting one of these, I highly recommend getting the air suspension because you're able to lower and raise the vehicle quickly, gives you more off-road capability, and it drives like a dream. So I'm gonna jump in here and I'll go ahead and lower it. We're in high mode right now, and now we're going down to normal mode. So the car's lowering. And it's just very easy to use. Also has all the luxury features you'd expect. It has heated and cooled seats. And then in the rear here, you have a fully panoramic roof. You have heated seats in the back. This all opens up and there's like a suede or Alcantara roof liner. Just again, luxury. But then on the seat backs here, it has some ruggedness to it. That's just, you know, it almost reminds you of just like a cheaper old school car. And then it has leatherette where you're actually going to be sitting. The other thing on the interior, it has the moonlights here. So it has really different how the glass lets light into the vehicle with the addition of the panoramic roof. And then in the back, classic how the door opens up like this, and then you have a nice rugged trunk. So it already comes with this. You don't even really need any covers. You can also lower the back of the vehicle to make it easier to get things in and out. This model comes with an air compressor on board. It also comes with a hose. So you have this right here and a tank, so you can pressurize the tank and then use this to clean yourself off after, I don't know, a rough day at work. Maybe you're out in the wilderness and you just, you know, you need to clean yourself up before you get home. And it has all of that for you. So it's just such a cool vehicle. So this comes in a 4-cylinder variant. Look at this. Don't need to be hitting that out here. So this comes in a 4-cylinder variant. This is the V6, and there's also a V8, which is an absolute monster. The power on this is excellent. The V8 power would also be great, but the 4-cylinder I haven't driven, so I can't speak to how that performs. My thing with luxury vehicles like this is they always have to have the power that comes along with the luxuries of the vehicle. You don't want to be leaning into it. The Toyota Land Cruiser really suffers from this. It's a big, beautiful vehicle, and then it just has a really weak 4-cylinder motor that you're constantly having to lean into the throttle to get appropriate power out of it. So the V6 and the V8 absolutely do not lack that, but let's take this thing for a drive and see how it is. The interior of the Defender is really different from everything else that's out there. I feel like it's the perfect amount of back to basics. So you have this nice tablet here that has this protruding, kind of like a rainbow shaped screen. Again, we have our wireless Apple CarPlay running right now. And as we come down here, we have some buttons. So what I love about this, if you want to change your cooled seats, you have to click in and then you turn. So you want to go heated or cooled, whatever. So we want cooled, click that, and then it returns. So I just think that is a really nice feature. Again, this is how you adjust the air suspension. If you want to put it in off-road or low gear mode, all of that stuff is there. And then to put it into drive, you simply pull that back and you go over for sport mode. It's also cool here, you have this little shelf. It says Defender behind it, and we're just storing some drone paraphernalia. And there's also this handlebar here because you just bought a very expensive car and you can't afford to take your family to Disney. So now you just have to say, all right, kids, we're going to Disney World, and they hang on to the front of the Defender, and that's just how that is. You also have a fully digital instrument cluster in front of you here, nice horn, and the sound system is great. It's a Meridian sound system. Everything's very easy to access. I think the hardest thing for me to figure out was actually how to activate the cooled seats. But once you get that, it's a really cool feature that is hidden in there. So yeah, let's put it into drive here. Like I said earlier, it has good power. It's like the exact power you'd want it to have. 400 pound-feet of torque, 400 horsepower. That's perfect for a car this size. It can tow up to 8,600 pounds, which that sounds good to me. I've never towed anything, so you guys will have to let me know in the comments if that's any good. Yeah, we're just on just a dirt road. This isn't really off-roading, just a dirt road in Arizona, and it's just amazing. And this is on street tires, you know, how well it does. Oh, little Model Y out here. It's amazing on street tires. Hi. How well it does. I don't know why she was waving at me. And then you get back onto a road like this and it just drives great. The weirdest thing about this car is how large the steering wheel is. It feels awkward how big it is. It's just, I've never seen or felt a steering wheel this large. It feels like I'm driving a bus. But the car, the Defender itself drives great. Even on a curvy road like this, it feels nimble. It's a large SUV, but it doesn't feel that cumbersome coming into parking spaces or going on curvy roads like this. It feels really nice to drive. The steering, the suspension, when you're on highways and you hit a big bump, and you know how cars will bounce, it'll do one bounce and the air suspension then just levels it out and absorbs the rest. So it's really well done. Miles per gallon, I'm seeing around 20 miles per gallon. Currently, I'm getting 10 miles per gallon because of where I'm at. So it's not that efficient, but it's very comfortable. Look, if you're buying this car anyways, you're probably not looking toward efficiency. You're looking towards a luxury vehicle. This is one of the coolest looking vehicles on the road. It's just nice to see. Every time you see it, it's nice to see. I'd go with this over a G-Wagon any day. Like the G-Wagon is I don't get it. It's loud inside. There's not a lot of space. But it's a G-Wagon. This, to me, there's great functionality. It has an exotic look to it because of the lights. The design that they've done on this thing is amazing. And then it has a good amount of technology. It's not overdone. It's not like you can't figure anything out. It takes, 10 minutes of just sitting in the car and hitting some buttons. You'll have everything straightened away. So I love this thing. I think you would too. A lot of people will say, oh, well, they're not reliable. It's like, okay, literally every car I review, someone says they're not reliable. So I think this is a well-done vehicle. It's luxurious, it looks exotic, it has nice technology, rides nicely. What else more can you want from an SUV this size? Now, one thing I would like to mention here from the passenger seat is this box that is on the rear of it causes somewhat of a blind spot. I don't know what you would actually use that for. I don't recommend it. Looks kind of cool, and there's a key that comes with it, but yeah, I don't understand the point. Highly recommend the Defender, but how does a Rivian compare to something like this? Well, check this video out right here where I review the Rivian R1S, because that is something you should also be looking at if you're looking at a Defender.